we have the general cargo ships. So they transport things such as food, furniture, metal, machinery, clothes, etc. And cargo are usually in the form of pallets or bags, and they are known as break bulk. So there may be specialized handling facility for such cargo, but usually they are loading and unloading thanks to cranes and straps for boxes or slings for bags. So they're usually built in small sizes, so of about 5,000 to about 25,000 ton dead weight. And nowadays such vessels are built with 2 decks, and they are known as the twin deckers. We also have the bulk carriers that are very important in container ships. So they are the most suitable for transporting the solid bulk loads. So we can think about the grains, cements or minerals. And they're used for loading and unloading with sponge and cranes. And we can make out the areas designed for this activity on their deck, actually. So those carriers also transport iron ore and coal, while it's uncommon general cargoes such as bagged carros or and steels to be loaded in bulk carriers of smaller size. The country that is the most specialized in that is Japan, and it remains the top ship owning nation by fleet value at just over $108 billion. So Japan is then followed by Greece with its current fleet value of $100 billion. And just to get an idea, so out of 320 vessels bought by Greek-owned companies in the last year, almost half of those are bulkers. So Greece is also very specialized in that domain. Greece is then also followed by China and Singapore. So this is the top 4. For the gas carriers, well, as the noun tells it, they are specialized in carrying oil tankers, and they have the most sophisticated technology to store the liquid gas, increasingly popular fuel, etc. Reefer vessels, and this kind of ship transport food and perishable goods that must be kept in good transition, such as fruits and vegetables. So why are the maritime transportation the most cheaper alternative? So as we see right here, the transportation by water in terms of revenue in cents per ton mile is well, simply the cheapest alternative. As we see here, the air, so by plane, it requires a very high revenue. For the road, a quite high revenue as well. And for the rail, of course, it is quite lower, but still it is more expensive than by water. So why is it more cheaper? Well, firstly, because of the scale of shipping operations. So, well, firstly, when you think in container ship, they are huge, and they are approximately placed for 4,500 containers for a team member of 20 people. And the cost of one shipment will be spread out over all the cargo, which make them individually cheaper. The second reason is the energy efficiency. So most cargo ships use bunker oil, and this is a very cheap fuel choice. Also, it requires little energy to keep the cargo's speed once in sea. And finally, the container ships usually transport themselves by straight lines, and this shorter their distance. Finally, for the third reason, well, it is a quite simple factor, that is the water. In fact, in the water, there are no fixed assets as roads or rails, and this minimizes its cost. Finally, in the ports, thanks to all the cranes, it minimizes the times and it reduces the cost of each shipment.